Hi, this is Wolfie and my sister. Don't know what your YouTube name is. Bina. There we go. I was like, what do I call you?
Call me by name.
Not
full name.
This is Bina, my sister, and we're playing Sims. And if you look here, I impulse bought The Sims 4 pets because, well, counts of us. Because I looked and it was 50% off, and I was like, end of the year sale, it's only $20, and then I pulled my credit card out, and now I have it, so I own the pets now. I didn't buy any other ones, just the pets. I only impulse bought one thing, so. But we will be doing the Insane Asylum. We're not going to be playing in this video, but we're going to be creating the people to go into it. So we'll just be making 8 crazy people, and it'll be really fun. And it's not going to be in the this is not Gilligan's Island. Lillinway, or Gilligan's Travels, wherever that book is. The Lillinway household, because I don't want this, because part of the challenge is it has to be on normal or long life. You can't be like ageless, and I don't want all of my Sims I've been making to just die on me during this challenge. So this will be in its own universe. Alright, I am voiceovering the rest of this video. This whole series will be done in voiceover just because I found that it works better because there's so much footage. It would be awful to try to keep all that we were saying, so I'm sorry all of this like talking you're seeing us do is being cut out, but it was like 2 hours long, so I'm assuming you didn't want to sit through 2 hours of footage. So this will be the character I create. I will create my own sim, give her a bunch of outfits, and then my sister will create all of the other people in the challenge. I gave her bodybuilder because I thought that it would be easy, but I forgot about the fact that you need 2 workout equipments in your house to do it. So I end up changing that later because I only get 5 skill building items, and I don't want to use 2 of them on workout equipment. So all of the names I randomized. My sister Bina Butt modifies a few of them at the end, but that's not too important. So I gave cheerful, neat, and insane is the Insane Asylum challenge, so obviously all of the Sims must have the insane trait. In the version I'm playing, since I'm doing hard mode, all of the Sims my sister makes, the non-controllable Sims, will not be allowed jobs, and I'm only allowed a job if my aspiration requests it, which I picked aspirations that it doesn't. I'm not allowed to purchase lifetime rewards or use maids or the pizza or anything like that. And then there's a couple of other time-related rules that I'm just going to mention now because I have a lot of footage to talk over. So I'm only allowed to leave the house to go fishing or collecting between the hours of 12 a.m. and 5 a.m. And I am only allowed to travel to other lots between 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. And I have to bring all of the people in the asylum with me. And I'm only allowed to like click on the other Sims and look through all their belongings and stuff at 12 a.m. and I have to pause the game, and I'm allowed to look through the people's but like their pocket just to kind of see what they're carrying, because they could be hoarding like books and plates and food and who knows what. I will be scoring also. So the scoring regulations, I love this outfit. It's so cute. Sorry. The scoring regulations are 50, like a plus 50 per aspiration completed. Since it's hard mode, I'm completing 4. However, I think you also get points if your Sims in your house, like, just luckily complete their aspiration somehow. Plus 1 point per skill point. Any of the 8 Sims at the end have, gained, but it only counts for the Sims that are alive, because, you know, Sims could die. Minus 20 per every Sim that dies. Plus 1 per every 1,000 satisfaction points any Sim in the game, well, in your game, in your household has. Minus 20 per every fire which occurs, and minus 20 per day when the power or water is shut off, which means like you can't pay your bills. And I picked 4 aspirations for her to complete throughout the game. She is so cute. I had so much fun designing her. Like, I got so carried away, because my sister is actually, originally we were just planning on alternating, and then I started getting carried away with her and was having so much fun with her because she's so freaking pretty that, she said if I just do 5 outfits for all of her, like, different parts, she should be allowed to create all the other Sims. And I was like, okay. And she was like, oh, shoot. Like, I didn't expect you to actually go for that. So, I just decided to do all of her because she was so pretty. I was having so much fun with her. And then, to have her do the rest of the Sims, which I was fine with because I honestly had a blast designing this Sim. She is so beautiful. I love the stuff that came in the Pets expansion pack. Once she escapes the asylum, hopefully, fingers crossed, I plan to maybe do like a what's she doing now that she's not in a mental institution anymore kind of a thing. I feel like that'd be really cool. And so I might, after she escapes the asylum challenge, move her into... Well, wait, I can't. Dang. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to move her into our other saved game because all of her skills and stuff would be destroyed in the move. Well, maybe I'll just throw her in anyways because she's so pretty. It just sucks that all of her saved stuff is gone. Anyways, I was saying something. So, the 4 aspirations I picked for her is soulmate, freelance botanist, musical genius, and painter extraordinaire. So yeah, she's gonna find love, get really friendly with some plants, get really good at playing an instrument, and she is gonna paint her booty off, and the painting is probably gonna be how she finances her household of crazies, because part of this challenge is you only get to start the game with $100, and so you have to keep 8 people alive and pay bills and make money without working on $100. So yeah, hard mode's hard. But I'm excited. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this challenge because, I don't know, while it sounds kind of difficult, I think it sounds fun. And so that's a big part of why I wanted to do it. Ever since I really saw this challenge, I liked the idea of it. And I thought it would be fun. Also, I am going to include a vampire because in the rules, it says if you have the vampires, which I do, you are allowed to include them. And so I actually added a vampire into this game. The only other thing I can think of is basic rules of the game, which I guess the other basic rule would be when a sim dies, since you start out with 8, in the hard mode, if a sim dies, you lose 1 bed spot and 1 seat spot for each sim that dies until you're down to 1 bed and 1 seat. So you'll always have less beds than you have sims unless you're the only one alive at the end of the game, but that sounds like a loss. But yeah, so I'm excited, especially at the end when I get to tally up my points and see how I did, especially with hard mode. I am really, excited. I was showing off how my shirt matches her shirt because, you know, wolf shirt. I don't know what Brie was showing. I think she took the collar off. Yeah, she took my dog's collar off because that's me. My dog is obnoxious just like I am, and she constantly sounds like this. And when you have a sleeping baby, this is obnoxious. So, but yeah, I had a lot of fun creating her. I'm still creating her 7 minutes into this speech, so I'm sorry. This is 3 times speed, this whole building process. So I was here for a long time working on her, and you can tell it in my sister's face how like, oh my goodness, Wolfie, hurry up, my sister is. Like, look at her face right now. She is so done with me, but I just was having too much fun. But I didn't actually keep that skirt. I just thought it was, oh wait, or did I keep that skirt? I don't even remember anymore. No, I kept that one. But yeah, I was having a lot of fun with her. Like, she is adorable. I wanted to make her cute. Also, this was the first time I went through all of the new pet clothes. Well, no, it's not. Actually, I made a Sims family immediately after I got the pets thing, using like 90% of the pet stuff, because I adore all of the pet clothes that came out, and I was having so much fun just playing with all the styles and doing like a feminine outfit and a masculine outfit and then like a mixture, and it was just so much fun. And I love her hair. It's so pretty. I can't get past her gorgeousness. So, I had a lot of fun with this. But I'm kind of running out of things to say now. I'm almost done. But she's cute. She's pretty. Bottom line. But yeah, I'm really excited for the Asylum challenge, to be honest. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, and I'm really excited now that I'm starting it because it seems so fun. Ooh, Juliet Patino. That is a pretty name. Okay, so Juliet Patino is done. Now the rest of this, my sister will be the one building. My hands will be off of the controls. So I just generated all of them, and we planned on doing, like, whatever they pop up at is whatever gender they'll be. And then they all popped up guy. And so we just changed 3 of them to girls. So that way we have 4 girls in the family, 4 boys in the family. It's equally split amongst the genders. And then I was assigning, like, traits to everybody. This is going way too fast for me to remember everything. So I guess I'll just have to, like, reiterate what their trait is as we go through, and, we put, like, start designing, well, she starts designing them, because right now I was just assigning traits, and names, but the names change, so don't, like, memorize their names. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, and picking traits was actually, like, when I was doing it, I was really excited about my traits I picked, and now I regret immensely, because if you remember, I put the neat trait on my girl, and that is so annoying. Yeah, I've already recorded a couple of videos in the episode by now, because she will clean all the time, and she'll be asleep, and then she'll be like, the house is filthy, I can't sleep anymore, and then she'll wake up, so I have to clean the house to let her go back to sleep, and it's like, can't you just sleep, you annoying... So yeah, I should have given someone else the neat trait, so they would just clean the house, and I could focus on other things, but no, I gave myself the neat trait. So now I have to clean all the time, and I'm the one who can't sleep because it's dirty, and no one else cares. Everyone else just makes the house a mess, and it's so annoying, but that was my own fault. I shouldn't have done that. Also, this is the guy I make the vampire. I forgot that you have to do the vampire from the base, so I had to actually delete him and then revive him as a vampire. Recreate him as a vampire. So that will be our vampire dude. And we definitely rename him, because I actually named him Christine, because his name was Christian, and then I was like, oh, I'll just retype it, Christian Sneed, and I wrote Christine Sneed, so apparently he's now named Christine, which is super feminine, so sorry, vampire dude. But yeah, his name ends up getting changed anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. So here we go. So this is Angela. She is a serial romantic who is insane, jealous, and romantic. I picked these because I thought it'd be really funny to have it like, oh, I'm so, like, in love with everybody, and she's, like, jumping from guy to guy to guy, but then if, like, someone did that to her, she would, like, freak out and be like, oh my god, you're cheating on me, and be, like, super jealous. And so it was really funny to be like, oh, a serial romantic who gets super jealous. Or I guess she could be, like, losing relationships because she's so jealous. I don't know. But I just thought it would be funny. Alright, so with the hair, she decided to do this, like, two-tone thing because she was kind of going with this, like, Cruella de Vil vibe. And she also kind of did that with the body type because she made her this, like, kind of skinny thing and very pale. And then she, with the clothing, had this huge struggle of trying to make it not look like she was colorblind, because her hair is red and purple, so there's a lot of colors that you couldn't do without making it clash. And so a lot of the colors she ended up choosing had to be these very dull blacks and grays and whites. And if she did a color, it either had to be something in the purple family or something in the red family. And so that put a lot of restrictions on, like, being allowed to wear bright, radiant colors. A lot of her clothing had to be very light and dull. The most colorful outfit I'd say she has is this swimsuit right here. Alright, this is Joanna. She is the soulmate aspiration. She is, she is insane, hot-headed, and non-committal. So she was kind of the opposite of Angela. It was supposed to be like, she wants someone to love, but she's non-committal, so she has, like, these commitment issues, and so she's like, I want to love you, but I can't love you, because I'm scared to love you. And then she's, like, hot-headed, so she's gonna be, like, super temperamental, and she's gonna be, like, yelling at everybody, and hopefully being hot-headed will, like, start some fights, so that's kind of why we picked those traits for her, so she'll be, like, feisty and longing for love, but afraid of love at the same time, which is kind of depressing, but you know. So she ended up with this punk rock vibe of like an aggressive kind of style. If you look at her shoes, she wore combat boots with everything. And a lot of her colors were these like black kind of gothic, aggressive punk style. She didn't really wear like those like dramatic, crazy outfits. A lot of her clothes were really easygoing and comfortable. Or they were like punk rock and aggressive. Like she didn't really have this like dramatic festive type of clothing. It was all very within a certain set of style. This lovely lady is Abby. She is the public enemy. So she's insane, mean, and evil. The stereotypical public enemy, bad girl character. I mean, kleptomaniac isn't in there, but you know what I mean. Like she's just that like bad girl that you're like, ooh, public enemy, insane, mean, evil, picking fights with everybody, doesn't get along with anybody, has no friends. Like, she is that vicious one who belongs in the mental institution and probably is there because of a violent crime. I'm just gonna assume she probably murdered somebody and now is in a mental institution because she fled insanity. So her style was kind of coordinated from her traits. Because she was evil, my sister used a lot of like evil things to kind of design her. So her hair is kind of a Medusa vibe with the green because of like a sea monster. And then the sickly anorexic thing is kind of like a Slender Man vibe. And then her little quirk is she always wears high heels for everything. And she has this like sophisticated fancy style with like an edgy appearance. And so it's like this really cool kind of a look. That's just not a look. This is Chad, the first man to be remodeled. So he wants to be a author, and he is insane, gluttonous, and lazy. So he is gonna drive me up the wall. He is gonna be this lazy jerk who eats all the food and then just leave the plates all over the place and does nothing to contribute to society. And he's gonna be like, oh, but I'm gonna write a book one day. And we're gonna be like, no, you're not, Chad. You're never gonna write your book. Just wash your dish. And that, yeah, he's gonna drive me up a wall. But yeah, that'll be Chad. Okay, so this is Phoenix. He is the friend of the animals. Oh, okay. So what it is, we decided we wanted to have a sim that wore like all of the hats, because I never really used the hats in Sims. And so what it is for every outfit, we gave him a different hat. So that was his like quirk. He was the hat guy. Anyways, so Phoenix, friend of the world, or friend of the animals aspiration, and he is insane, mean, slob. So he likes animals, but he's mean to humans. And he is a slob, so he is going to be a mess, and he's going to be disgusting, and he is going to just be gross, and I'm going to be like, you are nasty. Ugh, 'cause, yeah. Because he's an animal lover, all of his outfits have animals. So the tiger hat and the wolf shirt, so the tiger hat counts for this one, and then the dog jacket. Like, there's an animal aspect to every outfit that this guy is given. And so that's kind of his little cool thing, is he just wears animal stuff. The thing that she did, English. The thing that was happening is she didn't include the animal additive to the formal nor the party wear, just because it's like, when he goes to special occasions, he hides his animal obsession, but then when he's like, out and about in his house and in the comfort of his own home, he's obsessive. Okay, and this is Gene. He is the master chef, henceforth why she gives him this, like, chef shirt thing with the apron. Yeah, so he's the chef. His personality traits are insane, gloomy, cat lover, which I love, that it's just like, he's a sad chef who loves cats and is insane, and he's probably this like old cat lady, but he's a man, so he's this old cat man, and it's hilarious to me. I love it. So he's the crazy old cat man. Just crying himself to sleep every night over his failed chef aspiration dreams.
So his body ended up really beef nasty. And so the thing is, it's like, he also cries a lot, but other than crying in his bed when he's upset that he can't be a chef, he also goes and works out because he's beef as fuck. Oh, and then the pants that you just saw, those, like, things, we realized that we accidentally made his sleeping wear the same as Phoenix's. So Jean and Phoenix both like to sleep in cat leggings. You know, just what beef men do. But yeah, there's a lot of cats in his clothes just to kind of match the fact that he has the loves cat traits. And so yeah, just gloomy, beef nasty cat man who wants to be a chef. And we finish it off with our vamp. So she has a lot of fun making the vampire because me and her are both kind of into creepiness. And so we have a lot of fun like making the vampires. I feel like the vampire I made, who I already posted a video about, came out beautiful. And so what I might do is I might actually make her and him a couple. Ooh, that would be cool. I might do that. Just because I really think me and her, we just like vampires are cool. Like, yeah. Anyways, so his trait goal is the master vampire. Ooh, and mine was the family vampire. That would be so... I'm gonna do that. Anyways, master vampire. He is insane, loner, goofball. And so... There's this joke I made when we were making his traits that I cut out because I fast-forwarded over it. And it was, he's so funny by himself, alone, in his room. And I just related to that. And I bet a bunch of other people relate to it where it's like, oh, I'm so funny by myself. So yeah, he's insane, loner, goofball. And that's the last of the traits. Oh yeah, his name right now is Christine, but we do end up renaming him, so you'll see that when I go over all the names of everybody that we, like, change their names to. She put the scarring on the face to show, like, age, and then she did the teeth, like, they're not the traditional, like, 2 fangs on the top and 2 fangs on the bottom. I mean, it's not even always 2 fangs on the bottom. It's normally just, like, 2 fangs on the top. Well, she added all those, like, spiky, shardy teeth, to do a, like, aggressive thing. So her whole story for him was, like, his cheeks are all cracked up and stuff because he used to fight a lot, and then he got caught. And so he's this, like, aggressive, battling vampire. And then he wears modern clothes to blend in with, the modern age because he's immortal, so he's been through generations and generations. And then she made him really beef nasty because if he wants to rule over other vampires, he's not going to be able to do that if he's weak and can be overthrown by the other vampires. So yeah, he's an aggressive, dominant, long-lived vampire. Alright, so Angela becomes Angela Harlow, Joanna becomes Joanna Cooper, Abby Morrison, Chad becomes Chad Drew, Phoenix Lockwood remains, Gene Richardman becomes Gede Hutchison, and he becomes Nicholas Lucero. So yeah, they all get these really cool names. And then, as I mentioned before, I changed that. So she doesn't become a bodybuilder anymore. She goes to the painter extraordinaire, because that's going to be a lot easier. As I mentioned, soulmate, painter extraordinaire, the gardening one, and the musical one. So yeah, that is the Patino family. And then here I do a lot of like swivels with my mouse. Well, it's after I named him the Asylum Challenge, because we're talking about how like everyone is non-touchy-feely except for Chad and Joanna. They're all up on each other. And because Joanna has the soulmate aspiration, we found it really funny that she's like, hey, how you doing, Chad? So yeah,